Yeah.
I need to get 3.5% on this thing to get interested.
And another rough quarter reaction to that. All right, he is one of the most followed Twitter analysts on Wall Street and has been waiting for a catalyst to move on the stock. Here's what he told us earlier this month.
We say in the note that we think the CEO is the first step, the board is the second step, but really to turn this stock around, it's going to be the fundamentals.
Well, now he's made a big move on the stock, upgrading it to a buy and calling for a 38% rally. Let's welcome back Bob Peck to halftime. It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, certainly this was a big call, moving the stock. It's up nicely. What has changed fundamentally in your view?
Yeah, so a couple of different things. One is I think the sentiment in the stock right now is completely washed out, so that gives you a good setup going in. Number two is you're about to have a series of catalysts coming along here, from the rumored board meeting, which will take place this week, to the CEO announcement next week, then more importantly, to these product rollouts. So Project Lightning, the Google integration, all the various products they're rolling out, which can give you an acceleration in MAUs as well as monetization. So we think this is a good opportunity right now for clients to get in. While the value's been beaten up, the stock's down about 50% or so since Q1, and we think it's a great opportunity for a good risk reward.
You just said the CEO is going to be announced next week. A few weeks ago you were on and you said it was imminent.
We did.
So who are you talking to get this information?
That's a great question. We always just talk to industry people, investors, and what have you. And yeah, I think what the company's doing is they're dotting a lot of I's and crossing T's, that when they make this announcement, no matter who it is, that they've really done their homework. And so we've talked about this triumvirate announcement with Jack Dorsey being CEO. We think that's expected by investors right now. We also think that this whole idea of Ev Williams stepping up more and Adam Bain stepping up more is expected. And even with Jack Dorsey still being CEO of Square. So I think right now that's the expectations from investors, and now it's about execution going into 4Q.
So as a shareholder, I'm curious what your thoughts would be. If you were to take a snap poll of current Twitter employees, non-executive employees, and ask them, do you want Dorsey or do you want Bain? What do you think the answer would be? My guess is the latter, based on what I read in the tech press. That seems to be the prevalent opinion. But then you're saying that Dorsey spiritually would look like a more exciting choice for the employees. Why is there a disconnect?
Yeah, we think there's two sides there. One is we think Dorsey's the inspirational leader. He's the one the employees rally around. We think Bain is very much the monetization leader. He's running the revenues. He's got the whole business side of the operation. So I think them working together, and then with Ev Williams jumping in as chairman of the board, now you've got two strong product guys with vision, while Adam Bain runs the revenues and business side.
So I was just to be clear, you expect this announcement to come before the board meeting?
No. Board meeting this week, and then Labor Day, and then the announcement next week.
Got it.
So don't make any plans, Sarah. Any minute.
Bob, you're talking about the C-suite and the changes that may occur there. What's the strategy that you're hearing right now to retain the intellectual capital? Because when you look at where Twitter is right now, I would imagine, why would you want to be at Twitter when you look at what's going on with Facebook? There has to be a strategy of retention. Is that going to be enacted upon?
Yeah, I think it's a big part of it. So it's not in retention, but it's also attracting new talent to come join you, right? You've had some recent departures. I think it's a big focus of the company right now, actually. I think the key part there will be, can they see the roadmap? Can you see the product roadmap? Can you see the engagement roadmap that should improve the fortunes of the company? And then you attach the monetization on top of that, and you can have a nice run with stuff.
Will Wall Street ever believe in this concept of logged out users? They're now saying that 500 million people view Twitter content, but they're not logged in, but they should be counted by advertisers. Will the street ever believe in that concept?
The street so far has been skeptical, but what I think is really interesting is you can take the Google deal they recently announced last week with Google Desktop Search. The Video Music Awards were last night. Now if you did a search on Video Music Awards, what pops up are tweets actually in there on Google. You click on that tweet and you're brought straight to Twitter. And if you have a Twitter tab open, you're now logged in. So there's a great velocity there for MAU ramp.
Bob, just want to get this straight. Your price target is now $38. Your previous price target was $38. It's a buy now because it's fallen $10 below there?
Right. The stock's been down 50% since we downgraded, actually. And so now we show this good 40% plus upside towards our target. We also do an upside-downside analysis there. We see a downside of $20, an upside about $38. What I think is really interesting is that the products don't work. We do think this is a strategic asset. And when you look at the cost of revenue synergies, someone like a Google could buy us for 10 times at EBITDA at current current prices because of those synergies. So
You
we
think
it's
they
pretty
will?
interesting. We think that ultimately, if the products don't work, it's an M&A target.
Hey, Bob, I got one last question. How do they become more sticky? I mean, this logged out user thing, I think, is a major deal.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about this many times, but whether it's 500 million or a billion
Yeah.
who have tried it and they've only got 300 million using it, what's the problem? How do they get more sticky?
It's all about the experience. That's why the Project Lightning, we have curated content by top pundits in this space, giving you an experience around an event, whether it be an NFL game, the Oscars, last night the Video Music Awards, creating an easier to use experience for the mass market is really what they need to have happen, and that's what those products are aimed at.
Downtown Josh Brown was surely tweeting out the VMAs last night.
A little bit.
I'm sure he was.
He was Little League World Series. You didn't follow him?
No.
Pitch by pitch.
I'm a thought leadership for the late stage millennial, early stage
You just
Gen
capture
X
that zeitgeist.
finance / music.
I think we have to wrap up this conversation, but Joe, quickly, are you buying on this call?
I tried to buy it. I got myself stopped out. And real quickly for Bob, $28, $28.5 right now. You have 38 price target.
Yep.
You get the announcement. How much do you get in the stock on the announcement,
Good
you think?
question.
Well, I think the announcement itself is a modest positive, but really our call here is more of what's going to happen here with these products. What's the affinity of those products? Will people engage in those products? And once they start engaging, then the monetization on it. So it's less of a call on here comes the CEO and more of a call on the fundamentals.
Pete, buying?
I sure like it down here, but I'm not ready to buy yet because I still haven't been convinced that they're able to get these users that try it to stay on the site.
And Josh, are you buying more?
No, but I could. That option's always available to me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your definitive take there. Bob Peck, thank you as well. Good to see you on the call of the day from SunTrust. Coming up, it is the yield